Oh boy, what did I do? This is something for me, and it is from my friend Chris at Yellowday Energy. So, yeah, I met him at Blade Show West of 2023. What are we in now? 2024? Yeah, so I met him in 2023, Blade Show West. Hung out with him, and super cool dude. And this is, okay, he was super cool. Now he's just cool because he is packing peanuts. I think he might have done that on the last package I got too. Dang it, man. Come on, Chris. We got to get past the styrofoam packing peanuts that get all staticky and all of that jazz, right? Come on, let's get past that. I think there's some other cool stuff in here. And another one of those that's similar but different. All right, maybe that's it. Oh, there's some stickers. And let's see if I can get it out real quick. I'm trying not to make such a big mess, but kind of making a mess. And then there's a sticker here. All right, so I think that's everything in the box. So this was a FOMO purchase of mine. I literally just got back from the airport 5 minutes ago. And so I didn't grab my other torch and bring it out here, but I bought another NFRZ torch from him. Oh, damn. He sent in a little patch, a couple patches, and a blue button. Don't know if there's a battery in here or not. Let me see. There's not a battery. I don't know if I have a battery right here with me. Okay, long story short, this is the last zirconium torch that he is making. And this one is different because it is, I might have a battery in my drawer right here. Because this is, I do. This is a matte finish. I don't love the polished oil slick type of finish. Here's a polished zirconium bolster. Well, I don't love that because it ends up with fingerprints and smudges. I'm not going to leave that there. I don't want anybody screenshotting and stealing my fingerprint. But it does get the fingerprints and the smudges. This does not. Okay. He did leave stainless hardware, or maybe they're titanium hardware. I don't know. But he did not use black hardware because it kind of gives it a little bit of contrast, which I appreciate. This is an upgrade to a triple emitter. The current one I have is a single emitter. So this is going to be brighter. But I opted for no secondary LEDs. What? Everybody wants secondaries? No, they don't. I mean, it's cool for Instagram and Facebook pictures, but very few people have a use case. Let me zoom this back out. What am I talking about? Very few people have a use case for using the secondaries. Sometimes, sure, you need the red secondaries or the blue. You know, you can pick a bunch of different colors. So what this has, though, is a glow gasket that is blue. You can see kind of a blue tint that as you turn the light on, it will charge that up. When you turn it off, it goes blue. So he told me he sent a blue one. Normally, if you buy one of these and it has secondaries that are blue, you would get a blue button. If it had secondaries that are red, you'd get a red button. Yellow, orange, green. You get the idea. Okay? So, let me just turn this off here. You got low, medium, high, and that's it. And super high. I think there's 4 modes. I got to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah. So you have a very low light. Oh, come on now. Very low light, which is like your moonlight to, sneak around the house and not disturb people. Dig in your backpack, not disturb too many people. And then you've got that blue of the glow gasket, right? So I was thinking of doing blue secondaries if I were going to do it, but he goes, hey, I actually have a, whatever that's called, the LED portion, drawn a blank, the driver, I think, that has no secondaries. And I'm like, bring it. So I have no secondaries, which is kind of cool because I never used them on the lights that I've had before. Okay. Just going to fit it in the pocket right there. See how it feels. Yeah, it's very cool. I might, even though he cringes, I might tweak the clip a little bit to make it just a little bit tighter. In fact, hold on one second. Let me grab my other torch. I'll be back in a flash.
A few moments later.
Okay, you didn't even miss me, did you? Here is my titanium with the Zircutai pocket clip? Mokutai? I'm not even sure. It just looked awesome, so I bought it. Whatever. Everybody comes up with these weird fancy names for stuff, and at the end of the day, I don't really care. I like the way it looks, so I bought it, and I put it on this one, which I think gave it a pop of color. Okay? This is what I usually have been carrying for a while. It has just the single emitter. So I think this one, Chris can correct me in the comments maybe, or maybe nobody cares. I think it's 1,000 lumens, and I think it's 1,500 or 1,800 lumens with the triple emitters. Could be wrong on those. It's fine either way. But yeah, you can see I did bend this just a hair to get a little bit tighter. This one could use maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's not a big deal. What you do is you take these screws off, you flip this around, you go ding, 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 and you flip it back around, you put the screws back in. I love this, man. It's like Chris said, and I agree, it's like an 80s pickup truck, just spray painted primer or, just primered out. I love that look. Back in the day when I was a kid, I always wanted to just have a primer vehicle and say, screw it, because it looks badass. So that's what I love about this. It is significantly heavier. Let me just weigh it. I don't know if I'm going to do a full video on this thing or not, because I did one on this, which I'll link up in the corner. So the titanium version weighs in at 4.8 ounces. And the zirconium version is 6.4. So it is heavier. Zirconium is just a heavier, denser material, harder to machine, for sure. Can actually be a bit dangerous because the sparks and stuff can catch fire and they can be a little toxic. And it's quite the engineering to get the threads in there so that it still conducts electricity and all of that through everything. So it's kind of an engineering feat to do this with zirconium. Olight recently did a i3T, which I have over here. Just their triple A, and this is more of a polished. But yeah, they did a whole article on the machining process and what it entailed to create this light and make it function right. So yeah, it's very, very cool. Now, the artwork here is pretty cool. This is all artwork that Chris designed himself. And then he has people print and make the patches and, all that. But he's the artist. He created all of this stuff. And at some point, he is going to work with me on a logo for the channel, maybe. I mean, him and I have talked about it, but we haven't talked about it recently. These are just microfiber cloths, which is super cool. And he's got names for all these different characters. I don't know what they're all called, but I think he has names for most of them and stuff. And so, yeah, kind of cool. He just tossed that stuff in, which is cool. This is not a inexpensive light, that's for sure. This one was $400 minus the pocket clip. The triple emitter version of this is like $575. So it's $175-ish more for the triple emitter. This one was north of that by a lot. We'll just leave it at that. But it's the last one he was going to make. So do I believe that it's the last one he's ever going to make? Probably not. I know how this goes. I've been told that story before on different things. Oh, it's the only one I'm making. And then Somebody else says they got one, right? But whatever, it's fine. So there was a little bit of FOMO because it was the last one, and somebody else had reached out to him first, but then I talked him into it, and he never heard back from the other person, and whatever. So I got it, and I'm super excited. I love the matte finish on it. I just think it's cool. I like this one too, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, how would that look with this clip on this? I don't know. I might do some switcheroony stuff at some point. You never know. But Chris, thanks very much, man. I'll put a link to his website or Facebook or something down below, and I'll put a link to this full video that I did of this guy up in the corner. So go check it out. If you stayed this long, I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me ramble. I've been gone for a few days, so there's like 5 or 6 boxes on my porch when I got home that all got delivered yesterday. So yeah, okay, I guess I got a lot of work to do now. Got a bunch of unboxings, so stay tuned for those, and I'm out.